We also offer latest broadcast equipment for rent, all at affordable prices. Tune in to ACNN TV via any free-to-air decoder with the following installation parameters: Intelsat 20 satellite with tuning frequency 12562 MHz, symbol rate 30 Mbps, orbital position 68.5 degree east, and horizontal polarization. You can also keep in touch with episodes of our programs via these social media platforms. For inquiries, please call 070-3265-6544 or mail us via enquiries@acnntv.com. ACNN, reaching the world with the undiluted Word of God.
Many thanks for joining us for the news of ACNN TV. Now we begin with church news, where the Diocese of Jalingo Anglican Communion has ordained 3 deacons and 6 priests. The ordination took place at the Cathedral Church of Christ, Mayo Dasa Jalingo in Taraba State. The ordination service was presided over by the Bishop of Jalingo Diocese, the Right Reverend Former Nedison, while the Diocesan Bishop of Ijebu Anglican Diocese, the Right Reverend Dr. Peter Oludipe, preached 15 deacons and did a collation of an archdeacon at St. Luke's Anglican Church, Obobo. We'll bring you the full details of the stories later. And the Bishop of Gaswa Diocese Anglican Communion, the Right Reverend John Dambita, has said that 5 members of his diocese were kidnapped this morning. The kidnapped members are parishioners of St. Michael's Anglican Church, Talata Marfara in Gosa, Zamfara State. The bishop called on all, especially Christians, to pray for the quick and miraculous release of the kidnapped victims. Now, the Bishop of the Diocese of the West and coordinating Bishop of Konam, the Right Reverend Dr. Feliz Orji, has condemned the development in Afghanistan as the Taliban, which is a terrorist group, takes over the government. It was reported that Afghanistan's fall to the Taliban upon U.S. withdrawal raises concerns about the country's foreign trade in general. Speaking with Wani Ogechukwu in an interview, Bishop Orji called on the Nigerian government to learn from what has happened in Afghanistan and deal with the terrorist group in Nigeria squarely. We'll bring you the details of the story later. Now, the Edo State government has condemned in strong terms the planned coronation of Idris Adano as the Sultan of Shuarab of Edo State, describing the purported move as sacrilegious and a threat to peace and security in the state. A statement by the Secretary to Edo State Government, Osajion Ogie, assured the citizens that a firm and decisive action would be taken to prevent the actualization of the illegal and sacrilegious act. According to the statement, under the Edo State Traditional Rulers and Chiefs Law, it is an offense for anyone to proclaim himself or allow himself to be proclaimed as the holder of any traditional title not recognized under the state law and or without the approval of the appropriate authorities. And the Biden's administration is under pressure to expand its Afghanistan evacuation efforts beyond Kabul airport after European forces crossed Taliban lines and entered the city to rescue civilians. Access to the airport has been heavily restricted by Taliban fighters molesting people trying to flee the country. There has also been reports of British paratroopers leaving the airport to rescue British nationals and local allies, though it isn't immediately clear whether these efforts continued after the Taliban takeover. Critics of the Biden administration have asked why the more numerous U.S. forces haven't followed suit, although the United States has dedicated its 5,000-plus troops to maintaining security at the airport and not to go beyond the airport compound. And on sports news now, Arsenal has secured the signing of Martin Odegaard from Real Madrid on a permanent deal after the Norwegian international midfielder impressed during a loan spell at the Emirates last season. The 22-year-old will reportedly cost the Gunners an initial £30 million, with Arsenal also expected to splash £30 million on England goalkeeper Aaron Ramsdale from Sheffield United in the coming days. And that's it for the news updates. Please stay tuned for the Diocese of Lagos prayer convocation coming up by 1 p.m. West African time. I am Unzubechi Frank, and thanks for watching.
Flood is a human-induced disaster that has affected thousands of people in Nigeria over years, with many lives lost and properties destroyed. Seasonal forecast has revealed that the possibility of flooding in some states are as a result of torrential rainfall. To mitigate and avert the impact of flood, do not build houses along the waterways. Provide proper drainage. Evacuate from flood-prone areas immediately to safer grounds. Stop blocking waterways and channels. Adhere